Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Game Week 30. My wildcard is active, so I'm going to be breaking down some of my choices. If you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Leave a comment, are you thinking of wildcarding for Game Week 30? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, this is very much a work in progress. I'm not set on this team at all. The Game Week 34 fixtures are still yet to be announced at the time I'm recording this. I think one has been leaked. I think Palace are definitely doubling in 34. They've got Newcastle and somebody else. But either way, I've got my free hit anyway, so I'll just be free hitting in 34. So I don't have to worry about any Palace players in this draft or anything like that, because I'm just going to free hit them all in on 34. So not a massive issue there. The main thing about this wild card is just getting it ready for double Game Week 37, because I'm going to be bench boosting then. As well as that, there might be like a double in like 35 or 36 with Chelsea, which is why I'm also going for a few Chelsea players on this draft. Plus, Chelsea just have some really, really nice fixtures as well coming up in the very immediate future. So, yeah, I know that Chelsea aren't like the greatest club in form right now, but with the fixtures they've got coming up, it's definitely a team to target 100% on wildcard. But anyway, in goal we do have Areola and Petrovic. So the ideal combination is of course Raya and Petrovic, because you play Petrovic this week, who's got Burnley at home. You then play Raya next week, who's got Luton at home, and then you can either play obviously Petrovic, who's got Sheffield United away, or Raya, who's got Brighton away. And then, I mean, to be fair, Petrovic is just probably the better option, because they've got Burnley United, Sheffield United, and then Everton at home. And then, obviously, Arsenal have got City, Luton, Brighton, Villa, and then Wolves. So, I do like the idea of playing Petrovic a lot. And then, the reason that I've gone Areola over Raya as well, because Raya is, I think he's unlikely to double in 37. And they've got Man United away, whereas Areola's got Luton at home. So, for a bench boost keeper, I think it's more, for me, it makes more sense to just have Areola. Plus, he's 0.7 cheaper as well than Raya. Plus, I'm going to be just playing Petrovic every single week. In Game Week 34, I'll just bring in a double Game Week goalkeeper, so I don't have to worry about Game Week 34. And then, yeah, Petrovic, I can literally just play until the end of the season. 35 is a bit of an annoying week because they've got Villa away, and Liverpool at home for Areola. So that'll be a bit of an annoying one, but it is what it is. It's 1 week, whereas it just kind of like sorts out everything else. So I'm fine with that. So I think these are the goalkeepers that I'm just going to go with. I don't think I'm going to change my mind on this at all. Like I say, Raya is perfect if you don't have free hit 34, because they've got a double in 34 most likely. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet or not, but it's very, very likely to happen. But obviously, I will just free hit Raya in that week regardless. So I don't have to worry about having Raya on this wild card. So I'd rather save the 0.7 for Areola and then just use that somewhere else in my team, because I've got 0.1 left in the bank as of right now. So that 0.7 is actually helping me out quite a bit. But either way, those are the two goalkeepers. I'm pretty set on those two. And I understand that Sanchez is back, so that might like hurt Petrovic in a way, but all the Chelsea fans think that Petrovic is still going to be the number one. Sanchez started in the cup. It's just looking like Petrovic hasn't done anything wrong, so he should just still be the number one 100%. So those are the goalkeepers. At the back, I've gone a little bit expensive at the back, which is what I'm not 100% sure about. I think I might be like changing this a little bit, but we've got Gabriel, Gusto, Ake, Udogi, and 8 Nori as well. So the reason that I've got Udogi on, which a lot of wildcard drafts don't have, is because of the Game Week 37 double, and as well as that, they've got a couple of other doubles to rearrange as well. So I don't really want to only have one Spurs player in Son. I kind of want Udogi as well, just because of those extra doubles and stuff, and because I am kind of building towards that double Game Week 37 bench boost. I don't really have to worry about Spurs players in that situation, because I already have them on this wild card. Again, could get injured by then or something, you never know, but as of right now, Udogi, he's 5 mil, but he's got really nice fixtures in the immediate future as well. And then I can just start benching him when the fixtures get a little bit bad. So I'm fine with having Udogi, and it's just a little bit more pricey, because there's a lot of really, really cheap defenders that you can bring into your team at the moment. Like, I've only got one of the cheap defenders, which is Gusto. And again, even he's a tiny bit of a doubt. If Reece James comes back, he may lose minutes. I don't think Reece James will start a fixture this season. I think he'll just be coming on like every game for like 20 or 30 minutes. And that's fine for Gusto, you know, if they've got a clean sheet and then, you know, he comes off, bags the clean sheet, and then they can see it, that's even better. So, yeah, I'm fine just having Gusto on this draft. And he's been one of Chelsea's best players, probably the best player behind Cole Palmer, so it makes sense to have him on the team. Gabriel is just down by default. I know he's flagged at the moment with a knock, but yeah, he's definitely going to be in my team. The City away fixture isn't ideal, but with the fixtures that Arsenal have got coming up, like Luton at home, like I need an Arsenal defender for that. Like I just can't go without it. A lot of people are going to have double Arsenal defense for that week as well, so yeah, I've got to have at least one of them. I've gone Ake as well. Like, Ake is one player that I'm definitely not sure about. I've mainly gone for him because of the fixtures that City have got coming up, but there's so much rotation in that City back line, I just don't know if I'm going to keep Ake. And I could easily downgrade him to so many different options as well. I could downgrade him to a Branthwaite, who obviously is only 4.2 mil. So that would obviously give me a mil to play around with as well, which is really, really nice. I could also even go further and go down to Lascelles, who may be in that Newcastle back line at the moment. Like, they could easily play Burn at centre. They could play Burn at centre back and then like Livramento left back or something. Or they could just play Lascelles at centre back. I'm not sure. But if he does start, he's only 3.9 mil. But I'm just not confident, and I'm kind of booking in a transfer as well if I do go Lascelles. So if I don't go Ake, I'll probably just go Branthwaite. But at the same time, for like that, the doubles that they've got coming up, I kind of want extra City players, and I don't want to just have Haaland because I don't have Foden in this draft, as you'll see later on. So yeah, that's another reason that I kind of want Ake, but it's just not cemented in that team at all. The other thing I could do is just have like Edison instead of Areola and just go Branthwaite, but at the same time, you know, Edison is injured at the moment, so that's another thing to kind of think about. So if we get like an update on Edison that he's out for like the season, then I can just go Ortega because he's only 3.7 mil, and that would be an absolute bargain. But as of right now, I think either Ake or Branthwaite are going to be in there, really. As well as that, we've of course got 8 Norrie as well, who's got some really nice fixtures coming up too. Burnley, West Ham and Forest in 31, 32 and 33. And he's just been a really good option as well. Like, the fixtures are good and bad, like Arsenal at home, Luton at home, City away, Crystal Palace at home, Liverpool away, and then they've still got the Bournemouth game to rearrange as well. So I don't mind having him. I may get rid of him, but they've just got some nice fixtures. He's just a nice extra defender to have. He's quite cheap as well, 4.5 mil. So that's the back line. In midfield, it is very, very template, but I do not have Phil Foden in this, which is the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about. I've gone for Anthony Gordon instead. That's just simply because I don't have the funds for Foden. I would obviously love Foden in this team. I think I could get Foden in this team if I do make some other changes. Yeah, if I could get like an extra mil from Ake, if I go down to like Lascelles, that'll allow me to go up to 7 mil. And then maybe if I get rid of Udogie as well for Branthwaite, that'll give me a little bit of extra money. Like, I probably could be able to squeeze him in, but it'd hurt like the rest of my team, really. And Gordon's fine. They've got doubles coming up. They've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well. Like, obviously, they've got West Ham and Everton and Fulham coming up. And then in 35, Sheffield United at home, Burnley away, Brighton at home. They've also got 2 doubles to rearrange as well. So I think it's fine owning Gordon instead of Foden, but yeah, I'm not happy about it. You know, I'm not 100% happy about it. But yeah, the rest of it is just very, very template. Like, Son obviously going to be in the team. I understand the idea of having Richarlison instead of Son, and I do quite like that idea as well, because it just saves you so much money. Like, it's Gordon and Son, or like Richarlison and Foden, or I'd probably go Maddison and Foden, to be fair. I feel like Maddison is much more likely to start every single game. So yeah, it's like Maddison and Foden, or Son and Gordon, and yeah, that's the issue. That's the tricky one to kind of think about, like, which way do you go? Because obviously Maddison's quite cheap, and then I'd be able to bring Foden in. So yeah, Son being 10 mil really does kind of hurt my team, because I think a player over 10 mil is probably a premium asset, I would say, and he's 10 mil, so I'd class him as a premium asset. But then we've also got Palmer, Salah and Saka. Salah is obviously 13.1. I brought him in on 13 mil. I actually activated my wild card the night before he actually went up, because I just kind of was like, if I'm gonna wildcard, I may as well just do it now. And I know the fixtures haven't come out and stuff, but I don't have to worry about 34 because I'm just free hitting. I'm literally playing my wildcard for the fixtures coming up 31, 32, 33, and the double game weeks as well in 37. So that's what I'm fixated on. I don't have to worry about 34. I do not have to worry. I've got a free hit. I'm just going to play that, and my team can be like really bad for 34, but it doesn't matter because I can just free hit, so I don't have to worry about it. Which is another reason I wildcarded, because now I can just sort my team out properly, because my team was in shambles, to be fair. You know, I had loads of players that I did not want. I had a few injuries. Yeah, it was just a terrible situation. But either way, yeah, Salah's in there as well. And then also Saka has withdrawn from injury. Now, if it does turn out that Saka's got a really bad injury, then I'll probably just downgrade Saka to like an Ødegaard or maybe even a Havertz. The thing is, if I do downgrade him to Havertz, if he's out, like I'm obviously going to go keep him if he's fine. But if he's out for like a bit, then I can always go down to Havertz, and then I can upgrade Gordon to a Foden, and obviously like downgrade Ake, and that wouldn't be as bad. But obviously, I'm going to be wanting to keep Saka because he's just such a good player this season. So yeah, that's the midfield. I do like the midfield. It's just not owning Foden is like the big problem. I also don't like owning Ake as well. So the only other issue is I can't afford Walker because I've only got 0.1 left. I'd have to like do something else with my team. So yeah, I think I might be able to go for like Branthwaite, and I don't know how much Walker is. Is he he's 5.4? So yeah, what I could do is bring in Walker and then downgrade Aït-Nouri to Branthwaite, and then I could just afford it. And it's 0.1 out as well, but I could do that. That's another thing that that's another direction I could go, but I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, that's the defense, midfield, and goalkeepers. Up top, we've got Watkins, Muniz, and Haaland as well. So obviously, something that I could easily do is just get rid of Watkins, bring in Solanke or someone like that, who's got some really nice fixtures coming up, and then that would obviously give me a lot of money for Foden, and then I can easily get rid of Ake, and that'll allow me to, yeah, easily. I can get the 5-man midfield. It just means getting rid of Watkins. I don't want to get rid of Watkins, though. I know he's not got any doubles coming up. I know that the fixtures are good and bad, but he is the highest scoring player in FPL this season, like 187 points. He's, like, why would I get rid of him? I've got so much money stored up in him, and if it's a bad choice and he's still popping off, I'm not going to be able to afford him again. You know, I brought him in for 7.9, which is so cheap. He's now 9 mil. So obviously I'll make a little bit of money back on selling him, but that's still an extra 0.6 that I'm not going to be able to find. And if I pull the trigger and get rid of him, I have to stay with it. I cannot bring him back in. And I don't know if I want to do that, you know. And the thing is, like, in the reverse fixtures, they won the games against City and Arsenal. I get that they're away this time, but he's still a really good asset. And they've got Wolves, Brentford, and Bournemouth coming up as well. Like I say, the only issue is that they do not have doubles coming up. I completely understand that. But I just can't bring myself to get rid of him. Like, he's the best asset in terms of points this season. I feel like it's silly to get rid of him. And I know that, like, Darwin Núñez is an easy, like, swap for him. Like, I could keep him for Wolves at home, and then I could easily get rid of him for Darwin against Sheffield United. I completely understand that. And it'll allow me to bring Foden in as well. It's just, like, who do I want more, Foden or Watkins? And it's such a tough decision. I just can't bring myself to pull the trigger, man. I just feel like I need Watkins in my squad. And it's not bad, like, either. Like, it's a decent squad on paper with Watkins still. Obviously, Muniz is still there. He's fine just to keep, you know. I'll play him in game week 37 on the bench boost. It's not the greatest fixture because I've got City at home, but it's the only thing I can really do. And then Haaland's obviously on the draft as well because, you know, it's Haaland. So that's what it looks like. I mean, on paper, this is like what it looks like for like game week for game week 30. So obviously I'd play Petrovic. I'd probably play, yeah, Villa away for Aït-Nouri. I could play Ake Arsenal at home if I wanted to. It could be like a 0-0 or something like that. So I could do that if I wanted to. But yeah, Udogie and Gusto obviously playing. And then in midfield, it looks really, really nice. And then up top, I'd be playing Watkins and Haaland. And I like the team. It looks nice. Like, if I do get rid of Ake and bring in somebody else, that might be even better. But yeah, I just don't know, man. I just don't know if I want to get rid of Watkins. I just feel like I need to keep him. So yeah, that's kind of the that's kind of what the wild card looks like at the moment. Obviously, like, if fixtures get confirmed and stuff for 34, again, it doesn't really matter too much to me, which is why I've already played the wild card. But it might change my, like, idea and stuff. And again, there might be injuries over international break. You know, Saka's come home, Gabriel's injured. There might be others. So that's obviously something to think about. But either way, this is like my preliminary wildcard draft. I'll probably do a few updated drafts throughout the next week as I, like, start tinkering with it and stuff like that. But this is what it's kind of looking like as of right now. But either way, let me know your thoughts on my draft. Are you playing your wildcard draft? Let me know. But yeah, subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. But that's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.